What if I told you that the power to completely transform your destiny isn't hidden in the outside world, but quietly waiting inside you, right now? Not through struggle, not through force, but through ancient wisdom that's more relevant today than ever. This isn't just philosophy, it's a way of life. It's Taoist wisdom, timeless truths that have shaped warriors, sages, emperors, and everyday people for thousands of years. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a journey that will challenge what you've been taught about success, strength, and self-worth. Because in a world obsessed with hustle and noise, Taoism whispers a different message. The strongest force is the one that flows, adapts, and lets go. Today, we're not just talking about changing habits. We're talking about reshaping your identity, elevating your energy, aligning with the flow of life so powerfully that your very presence becomes a magnet for peace, clarity, and purpose. This video will guide you through 8 life-shifting principles rooted in Taoist wisdom, each one designed to help you break free from resistance, reconnect with your nature, and rise into the version of you that already exists beneath the fear, noise, and doubt. You don't need to chase your destiny, you need to return to it. So if you're ready to stop fighting life and start flowing with it, to stop forcing and start aligning, then stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand that the path to transformation isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming fully, powerfully you. Let's begin. The way is within you. Taoism begins with a beautiful and powerful truth. The way is not out there, it is within you. You don't need to climb a mountain, travel to a sacred temple, or spend your life searching for something external to find peace and purpose. The path you've been seeking, the clarity you crave, the transformation you desire, it's already inside you. This is the essence of the Tao, the way. It's not a religion. It's not a rigid rule book. It's a way of life, a deep, quiet wisdom that whispers, stop chasing, start becoming. But in today's world, we've been conditioned to believe the opposite. We think we need more followers, more success, more validation, more speed. We're constantly told that the answers are somewhere out there. In the next book, the next mentor, the next achievement. Taoist wisdom shakes us awake. It says, no, look inward. You're born with everything you need. The Tao flows like water, quiet, gentle, yet unstoppable. It doesn't argue, it doesn't force, it simply follows its nature. You too have a natural rhythm, a natural intelligence, a unique flow. But somewhere along the way, you got pulled off course by noise, pressure, and fear. But the first step to transforming your destiny is not by adding more to your life. It's by stripping away what doesn't belong. It's about becoming still enough to hear what your soul has been trying to say all along. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are simply disconnected from your own inner current. Taoism invites you to return, not to an ancient philosophy, but to yourself. The more you quiet the noise, the more clearly you hear the way. And once you begin to move in alignment with it, something profound happens. Life no longer feels like a battle. It feels like a flow. You start making decisions that feel right, not because someone else approves, but because they're true to who you are. You stop needing to be more, because you realize you're already enough. And with every step, you get closer to the version of yourself that was buried beneath the world's expectations. This is not a theory, it's a practice, a way of breathing, living, being. And it begins now. Pause. Come back home to yourself. Because when you're finally still enough to feel the Tao within you, you stop chasing your destiny and you start living it. Embrace the power of non-resistance. One of the most misunderstood teachings in modern life is this. You must fight to win. Fight for your place, fight for your worth, fight for success. But Taoist wisdom invites you to pause and ask, what if fighting is the very thing holding you back? In Taoism, there is a powerful truth. What you resist persists. What you accept transforms. Non-resistance is not weakness. It is not passivity. It is the ultimate form of intelligence. choosing to move with the current rather than against it. Life is like a river. It flows. Whether you're ready or not, you can exhaust yourself swimming upstream, or you can surrender to the direction of the flow, trust the current, and allow it to carry you to where you're meant to be. Let's be honest, most people are drowning not because they're weak, but because they're resisting what is. They resist change, they resist uncertainty, they resist emotions, they even resist their own inner truth. Taoist wisdom teaches us to observe, to listen, and then to respond, not react. This doesn't mean you stop having ambition or goals. It means you stop forcing life to fit your timeline. You let go of your grip on how things must unfold and open your hands to how things are unfolding. Non-resistance isn't about giving up. It's about giving in to the wisdom of the moment, to the rhythm of nature, to the understanding that life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Think of water. It never fights obstacles. When it hits a rock, it flows around it. When it encounters a wall, it finds another path. And yet, over time, water wears down even the hardest stone. That is the power of non-resistance. It transforms hardship into growth. It turns setbacks into redirection. It makes your spirit unbreakable because you're no longer at war with reality. You stop saying, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? When you stop resisting, you start receiving. You receive insight. You receive peace. You receive access to a deeper layer of power, the kind that isn't loud or aggressive, but calm, centered, and deeply aware. This is the energy of the Tao. It doesn't argue, it doesn't struggle, it simply flows and wins by yielding. So ask yourself, where in your life are you forcing instead of flowing? Now, where are you resisting what needs to be accepted? What would happen if you surrendered, not to weakness, but to wisdom? Your destiny isn't about control. It's about cooperation with life itself. And when you learn the art of non-resistance, you don't lose power, you gain limitless peace. Wu Wei, the art of effortless action. One of the most powerful and liberating principles in Taoist wisdom is called Wu Wei. It translates to non-action, or more accurately, effortless action. Now, at first glance, this might sound like laziness, like you're being told not to try. But that's a misunderstanding. Wu Wei doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing the right thing at the right time in the right way, without force. Imagine a skilled dancer. Every movement looks easy. Every step flows naturally. There's no struggle, no stiffness, no tension. That's Wu Wei. It's the power of being so in tune with your environment, your body, and your mind that action becomes instinct. Flow becomes your default mode. But most people today live the opposite of Wu Wei. They hustle, they grind, they chase, they overthink, overwork, and overcomplicate. They mistake struggle for progress, believing that if it's not hard, it's not worth it. The Taoism asks you to unlearn this toxic belief. Because when you live in constant resistance, constantly pushing, you disconnect from your natural rhythm. You're not meant to fight life, you're meant to flow with it. Wu Wei teaches you how to move in harmony with life. It's the wisdom to know when to act, when to wait, and when to let go. It's about sensing timing, not rushing because you're anxious, but moving when the moment feels aligned. Think of nature. Trees don't strain to grow, they just grow. Rivers don't force their way, they just find a path. The sun doesn't hurry, but everything gets done. This isn't laziness, it's intelligent alignment. Wu Wei is living with awareness. It's listening deeply to your intuition. It's creating without obsession. It's achieving not through exhaustion, but through presence. You can feel the difference, can't you? There's a version of you that acts out of panic, that rushes into decisions, that speaks before thinking. And there's a deeper version of you, the one that breathes first, listens longer, and moves with purpose. That's Wu Wei. When you begin to live in this space, you become like water, gentle yet unstoppable. You accomplish more by doing less. You become more productive by being more present. And you transform your life, not through constant effort, but through aligned energy. Taoism isn't telling you to sit and wait for life to happen. It's telling you to trust the moment, to stop clinging to control and start dancing with the unfolding of life. So ask yourself, where in your life are you forcing? Where can you step back, breathe, and allow right timing to guide you? Because when you master Wu Wei, you don't lose momentum, you become the momentum. And that's how you transform your destiny without losing yourself in the process. Harmony is greater than control. We've been taught to worship control. From a young age, society conditions us to believe that success comes from mastering everything. Our emotions, our schedule, other people's opinions, even the future. But Taoist wisdom reminds us of a powerful truth. Control is an illusion. Harmony is real. Control demands that everything bend to your will. It thrives on pressure, rigidity, and fear. But harmony invites alignment, cooperation, and flow. It's not about suppressing the chaos. It's about moving gracefully within it. The Tao never asks you to dominate your life. It asks you to dance with it, to listen, to observe, to adjust, not react. Because the world doesn't obey control, it obeys rhythm. Nature is your teacher here. Look at the ocean. You can't command the waves to stop, but you can learn to surf. Look at the wind. You can't order it to blow your way, but you can adjust your sails. The wise person doesn't waste energy trying to force life to follow a script. They stay open, aware, centered, and they move when the time is right. Not to control outcomes, but to live in harmony with them. You see, control creates tension. The tighter you grip something, the more fragile it becomes. The more you try to force relationships, success, or personal growth, the more likely they are to break under the pressure. But harmony makes space for movement. It says, let life breathe. It honors change. It welcomes flow. When you act from a place of harmony, your energy is different. You're not anxious. You're not trying to manipulate life or people. You're grounded, peaceful, and ironically, more powerful. Because people feel that. They feel your calm, your centeredness, your quiet strength. And from that space, you make better decisions, speak with more clarity, and walk through life with grace instead of resistance. Think about your own life right now. What are you trying desperately to control? A relationship? A career move? Your image? Now ask, what would happen if you stopped trying to force it and started aligning with it? Maybe that means listening more. Maybe it means letting go of expectations. Maybe it means accepting things exactly as they are and making peace with what you can't change. This is in giving up. It's waking up to a better way of living. Harmony doesn't mean everything will be perfect. It means you'll be at peace even when it's not. When you let go of the illusion of control, you gain something far greater. Freedom, fluidity, power rooted in presence. That's the Tao at work. That's where real transformation begins, not in dominance, but in deep, quiet harmony with life. Let go to gain more. Letting go. Two simple words, yet for many, the hardest lesson in life. In Taoist wisdom, letting go is not weakness. It is not surrendering in defeat. It is liberation. It is strength. It is a conscious act of choosing freedom over control, peace over chaos, and flow over friction. We live in a world that tells us to hold on to grudges, hold on to pain, hold on to who we used to be. We cling to relationships that no longer grow us. We grasp tightly to expectations that no longer fit our journey. And in doing so, we block the very blessings we pray for. But Taoism gently reminds us to fill a cup, it must first be empty. Letting go is the emptying process. It is clearing away what no longer serves you so that something better or something aligned can enter. Think of nature. Trees shed their leaves without fear. Rivers don't cling to the banks. They keep flowing. Clouds let go of the rain so that new life can bloom. And yet humans resist. We try to control outcomes. We fear uncertainty. We tell ourselves, if I let go, I lose everything. But the truth is, holding on to the wrong things is what drains us. It's what keeps us stuck in cycles of frustration and disappointment. Letting go is not about forgetting. It's about releasing the emotional grip something has over you. It's about choosing not to carry the weight of what you can't change. It's about trusting that when you release, the universe responds, not with punishment, but with provision. Ask yourself, honestly, what are you holding on to that's holding you back? An identity, a toxic connection, a past mistake, a future fear? Now ask this, who could you become if you let it go? When you release what isn't meant for you, you create space for what is. You begin to move lighter, breathe easier, think clearer. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need the courage to release what's keeping you from hearing your inner wisdom. Taoism teaches that the more you let go, the more power you gain. Power not over others, but over yourself. Power to choose joy over bitterness, purpose over pain, presence over anxiety. It's like unclenching your fist after years of tension. At first it hurts, then it heals. You begin to realize that the things you feared losing were never truly yours to begin with. And what's meant for you will never require desperate effort to keep. This is how destiny transforms, not by adding more, but by releasing what isn't lying. You take a breath, feel the weight you've been carrying, and know this, it's okay to let go, it's safe to move on, it's time to make room for what your soul has been asking for all along. Let go and watch your destiny unfold in ways you never imagined. Live in the present moment, the gateway to power. If you want to transform your destiny, you must begin where all transformation begins, in the present moment. Taoist wisdom teaches that life is not something that happens in the past, and it's not something waiting in the future. Life is only ever happening now, right here, now. And yet, how many of us are truly living in the moment? We spend our lives trapped in a time machine of thought. Regret keeps us chained to yesterday. Worry keeps us running toward a future we can't control. And vice versa, our body is here, our mind is everywhere else. But the Tao doesn't live in your regrets. Yes, it doesn't dwell in your fears. It lives in this breath, this heartbeat, this single second of stillness. The present moment is the only place where power exists. Not the power to control, but the power to choose. To respond with intention, to act with clarity, to awaken to the beauty and meaning of your own existence. Why is this so important? Because when you are not present, you are not aligned. You react instead of respond. You rush instead of reflect. You miss the signals life is sending you, and you disconnect from your inner wisdom. Taoism teaches that the path to peace is not outside of you. It is found in your ability to anchor your awareness in the now. To be fully awake to what is, not lost in what was or anxious about what might be. When you are present, you become powerful. You notice the small signs. You hear the soft whisperers of intuition. You feel grounded, focused, and alive. Presence is the foundation of wisdom. Is what allows you to slow down enough to hear the rhythm of the Tao moving through your life. It's what helps you sense the right action at the right time, without force, without panic. Try now. Take a deep breath. Feel your body. Listen to the sounds around you. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. This is it. This is life. This is where you are meant to be. The past is a memory. The future is a dream. But the present is a gift. That's why they call it the present. Living in the now doesn't mean you forget your goals. It means you pursue them with grounded awareness, not restless anxiety. It means you trust the journey, take mindful steps, and stop waiting for someday to feel peace or joy or purpose. Someday is now. So if you truly want to transform your destiny, stop chasing the horizon. Return to the moment, embrace the breath, feel the now. Because in this quiet, sacred space is where everything begins. Your power, your clarity, your alignment, your freedom. It all starts here. Simplicity is the ultimate wisdom. In a world that glorifies complexity, Taoism offers a rare and refreshing truth. Simplicity is the highest form of wisdom. Modern life tells us that the more we have, the better. More information, more tasks, more followers, more possessions. But Taoist philosophy cuts through all the noise with a single principle. Less is more. The Tao Te Ching says to attain knowledge, add things every day. To attain wisdom, remove things every day. Let that sink in. Wisdom is not about accumulating. It's about releasing. It's not about having all the answers. It's about returning to what truly matters. Simplicity doesn't mean living in poverty or denying yourself. It means choosing clarity over clutter, essence over excess, purpose over popularity. We clutter our lives with distractions and call it progress. We chase goals that don't even belong to us. We fill our days with busyness, yet feel empty inside. We think success is in the more, but true success is often found in the enough. When you simplify, you create space, not just in your home or your schedule, but in your heart and your mind. You make room for clarity, for peace, for purpose. You begin to notice what truly nourishes your soul. The Taoist way is to return to nature, not just the trees and rivers, but your own nature. And your nature is not chaotic, not desperate, not greedy. It's deep, it's wise, and it thrives in simplicity. Look at nature. The sun doesn't multitask. The moon doesn't compete. The tree doesn't rush to grow more branches than it needs. Everything in nature operates with elegant simplicity. So why do we resist that? Because we've been conditioned to associate simplicity with lack. But Taoism teaches the opposite. Simplicity is not emptiness. It's fullness with fewer distractions. So how do we begin to live simply? Start by asking, what can I let go of? What drains my energy but adds no value? Which desires are mine and which were programmed into me by someone else? Simplicity is in your daily choices. It's saying no to what doesn't align. It's focusing on quality over quantity. It's removing the noise so you can hear your inner voice again. And when you do this, something magical happens. You begin to feel light. You begin to feel free. You begin to see that you never needed more. You just needed less of what doesn't matter. Taoist wisdom invites you to return to your essence. And your essence is not in what you collect, but in what you are when everything unnecessary is stripped away. Simplicity clears the path so your destiny can find you, not through striving, but through alignment. So don't be afraid to let things go, because in the quiet, in the stillness, in the simple, you will meet the most powerful version of yourself. Become like water, shape your destiny with grace. If there's one image that captures the essence of Taoist wisdom, it is this: water. Water is soft, yet it carves through mountains. It is yielding, yet nothing can withstand it. It adapts to its container without losing its identity. It flows not with resistance, but with purpose. Lao Tzu, the father of Taoism, wrote, "Nothing in the world is as soft and yielding as water. Yet for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it." Let that sink in. You don't have to be hard to be strong. You don't need to dominate to be powerful. You just need to become like water, adaptable, resilient, persistent, and at peace with movement. So how do you apply this to your life? Start by realizing this. Life will never move in a straight line. There will be detours. There will be resistance. There will be things you didn't plan. And when those moments come, you have two choices: resist or flow. Most people resist. They fight reality. They force outcomes. They hold rigidly to expectations. And in doing so, they create suffering. But the Taoist way is different. It's not passive. It's powerful. It means moving with the current instead of against it. It means embracing change, not fearing it. It means trusting that even when the river bends, it's still moving forward. Water doesn't get angry when it meets a rock. It simply finds another way. This is how you shape your destiny, not by brute force, but by graceful persistence. You show up, you keep flowing, you stay true to your essence. And over time, even the hardest obstacles are worn smooth by your unwavering spirit. Being like water also means being formless. You don't need to fit into someone else's mold. You can be calm in the cup, wild in the stream, still in the lake, powerful in the waterfall. You get to decide how you move, where you go, who you become. Water teaches us balance between strength and softness, direction and surrender, movement and stillness. And here's the most beautiful part. Water always finds its level. No matter where it flows, it eventually settles where it belongs. And so will you. When you become like water, your destiny is no longer something you chase, it becomes something you attract. Through flexibility, through trust, through staying connected to your natural flow. So if life has felt heavy lately, only. If you've been pushing, forcing, or clinging too hard, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what would water do? Then do that with grace, with presence, with peace. Because when you move like water, you become unstoppable. You become limitless. You become the quiet force that transforms not only your destiny, but everyone you touch along the way. Flow like water. And watch your life begin to flow with you. You've just taken a journey through the timeless river of Taoist wisdom. A river that doesn't promise shortcuts, but reveals truth. A truth that's been lost in the chaos of modern life, but still lives quietly beneath the surface of your soul. And now you stand at a turning point. If you've learned that transformation doesn't begin with more effort, it begins with awareness. That the most powerful shift you can make is not outside, but within. Taoism teaches us that we don't force life, we flow with it. We don't overpower challenges, we outlast them with grace. We don't chase identity, we return to it with simplicity and stillness. You now understand that destiny is not about control, it's about connection. Connection to your essence, your truth, and the rhythm of the universe that already knows your name. You've seen how inner silence reveals clarity, how presence unlocks power, how simplicity frees your mind, and how becoming like water makes you both adaptable and unstoppable. These aren't just poetic concepts. They are daily practices that, when embodied, transform who you are and how you move through the world. And here's the final truth. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not too late. Everything you need is already within you. The Tao doesn't rush. It doesn't compete. It unfolds, and so will you. So today, choose alignment over ambition. Choose calm over chaos. Choose wisdom over noise. And most importantly, choose yourself. Your highest self is not someone you need to become. It's someone you need to return to. Let go of the stories that no longer serve you. Release the pressure to be anything other than authentically aligned. Let your energy settle like still water. Let your actions come from presence, not panic. Let your life be guided not by fear, but by flow. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to rush toward the future. When you live in harmony with the Tao, destiny has a way of unfolding in your favor, without resistance, without force. So take a breath, close your eyes, and feel the stillness that already lives within you. That stillness is not emptiness. It's full of wisdom, of strength, of divine potential. Let that be your guide. Let that be your compass. And fully, and as you go forward from here, never forget. You are water, gentle yet powerful. You are nature, simple yet complete. You are Tao, quiet, vast and flowing. Your destiny is not waiting for you in the distance. It's rising from within you, right now. Now is your time. Flow transforms. Rise.